Anti-FPL freak here. Game week 25 was not great, but it wasn't bad either. We had a couple returns, but all things considered, I was expecting worse for the double game week. Unfortunately, Salisu and Coutinho didn't feature, meaning that Jota came off our bench. But the fact that he played over 60 minutes in both games, the 7 points doesn't look too bad. The highlight this week was definitely captaining Senesi against City for the massive 0 points. And he did great for me, but he wasn't the best defender to own this week, and we'll get to that in a bit. Elsewhere, West Ham kept a clean sheet for once, and of course it was the week when I brought in one of their players, and Crystal Palace managed to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. Honestly, what did I expect? What did surprise me though was that people were bringing in McNeil for their real FPL teams this game week. But I know McNeil. He's been in my club from the beginning of the season, and old habits die hard. The man did not do anything in 180 minutes of football, and we love to see that here. Vardy and Richarlison were bang average once again, and I think these two are in the running for players of the season for anti-FPL. For the number of points that you get, plus their value, and the fact that they almost play every week, they've been a godsend this season, really. So we moved down one place to 25th in the world. Not too bad. But we really want to push forward the next couple weeks and get in that top 10. And I think we might have a good week coming up. If we look at our team, Coutinho is red flagged, which is a shame since he's barely returned for 6.6 million in the midfield position. But I think I found the perfect replacement. At 6.7 million, Mykhailo Mudryk. He's almost guaranteed to get minutes, but Chelsea are properly in the mud, and I don't think they'll be scoring goals anytime soon. Looking at our defense, I don't think anyone will keep a clean sheet this week, and the rest of my team look pretty useless. And that's what we like to see here. Come on, boys. Let's look at some of the interesting scores around the league this week. And there were some very high highs and very low lows. Starting with the lows, well, it's not a low score, but you get what I mean. Smurfs Anti-FPL, who's third place in the world, had a massive 70-pointer. This is quite remarkable, as we're talking about a seriously good anti-FPL manager. They got incredibly unlucky with Ings scoring 2, captaining Guaita against Liverpool for 18 points, and returns from Koch, Konza and Aguerd, just rubbing salt in the wounds really. They also took a 4-point hit as well, so the final game week score is actually 74. Anti-FPL finished with 57 points, having the likes of Declan Rice return for them. Their best anti-FPL players this week were Vardy and Son. Madness. Someone mentioned that I should bring in Son, and it's a great point. I think he'll be one of my priority transfers. Megs and Negs here, despite having Mefam, who was the other Bournemouth defender I was talking about, who did bits against City, managing to score an own goal, concede 4 and get a yellow for the -3 points. Despite having him, the team still ended up with 55 points, with Konza getting captaincy due to Salisu not playing. On the other side, we also had some really impressive scores considering this was a double game week. Minimum here really stayed true to their name and got the lowest game week score total this week with 18 points. They had Mefam holding it down at the back with the -3 points, 0 pointers from Moro and Felipe as they conceded 4 against West Ham, and just good anti-FPL players all around here. Cancelo Culture finished with 19 points, having Smith and Zamora at the back, and every other player except for Koch blanking. This team is quite brave as well. As you just look at the midfield and forwards, they're all players from big clubs and are known for being good players, sometimes even considered for real fantasies, but it paid off this week. Well done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.